This is John Kohler with OKRaw.com. I have another exciting episode for you. Today's going to be an episode like no other. This is just John Raw. John Raw, because I'm just sharing my thoughts with you raw, unrehearsed, unplanned. I'm actually here in San Francisco walking amongst the street. And you know, the message that I really want to get out to you guys today is cause and effect. You know, for every reaction, there's an equal and opposite reaction. I think we all learned this in, I don't know, grade school or high school or something. But, you know, I really want you guys to pay attention and be aware of, you know, the cause and effect things have in your life having to do with your health. I got into eating a healthy, plant-based, plant-strong diet because of my health, my failing health. And I found that, you know, by eating lots of plants, fruits and vegetables, you know, I definitely have the best health. But besides just the diet, you know, there's always an effect from things that you do in your life. For example, as I'm walking here in San Francisco, and it's actually a nice sunny day, a little bit windy, you know, I see people smoking, right? Smoking. People puffing at the smoke. And I mean, on every packet of cigarettes it says there's a cancer warning. So I mean, do people just not get the fact that by simply smoking, it's shortening their life? It may give them things like lung cancer. But you know, I don't know if people like really think about the long term. They think about now, oh, right now if I smoke a cigarette, I'll feel good. Maybe right now if you ate a Twinkies bar, you'd feel good, maybe for momentarily, but how is that going to affect you in, you know, a week, 2 weeks, you know, 5 years from now? People don't really think about that kind of stuff. I mean, another thing, as I'm walking here in the city, I see people talking on their cell phones. And, you know, so yeah, reaching out and touching somebody is definitely really good. But at the same time, you know, what effect will that cell phone, talking on that cell phone, holding up to your ear, really high level of radiation have on your brain, you know, in 5, 10, 20, 30 years from now? You know, will it give you brain cancer? Will it give you a tumor in your brain? I mean, there's studies in Europe that suggest that may be true. And, you know, based on my research, the incidences of brain cancers have gone up dramatically since cell phones became available. And I can remember a time when, you know, the whole world was cell phone free. Now everybody has one, and that can change, you know, your outcome, because there will be an effect from using the cell phone, in my opinion. And I just want you guys to be aware of cause and effects, and the effects that things will have on you, whether you're, you know, the effect of eating more fruits and vegetables, in my opinion, is better health. The effects of eating, you know, processed foods, junk foods, and animal products in such high levels that most Americans are eating, in my opinion, is not good health. So I know each and every one of you have, like, eaten out at some restaurant before, and, you know, before you go to the restaurant, you feel great. You eat at a restaurant, man, you get an upset stomach. Maybe you get mild food poisoning, diarrhea, and then you feel bad. Then you, like, kind of think to yourself, man, should I really eat at that, like, restaurant? And yes, that's happened to me when I've eaten at some raw food restaurants, quite unfortunately. And it's like, man, like, the food affects you in a negative way, but that's like more of an immediate response. You know, I always want you guys to take into consideration before you put any morsel to your mouth, right? How do you think you're going to feel, you know, maybe, you know, an hour after you eat the food you're considering eating, before you start chomping at the bit and eating it? How will that make you feel, you know, 6 hours later? How do you think that'll make you feel 5 years from now? You know, I mean, eating a diet rich in animal products, in my opinion, you know, in 10, 20, 30 years may catch up to you with clogging your arteries and, you know, things like heart disease, in my opinion, completely preventable by simply changing your diet. Maybe don't even take out all the animal products, but reduce it to a just small percentage, less than 10% of total calories that you're consuming, and eat plant strong diet, which will, you know, negate the effects of some of the bad stuff if you think you still do need that stuff, which I actually don't advocate at all. I mean, another thing that you can change today is by simply getting more sleep. I mean, you don't have to change anything. By simply getting more sleep, you're going to feel better tomorrow, and that's an immediate effect. And, you know, I like to talk about, like, you have what's called, in my opinion, a sleep bank. So the more sleep you get, and you get full sleep to as much your body wants, and you wake up, you're putting literally money in the bank. So then when you do need to perform, you do need to short your sleep sometimes, like I do. I most of the time get really great sleep, and as much as I'd like. But sometimes there's instances, like last night, where I don't get as much sleep as I'd like. And that's all right, because I could deal with that, fully function at 100% without the sleep, because I have a reserve, and my bank's been reserved. I mean, my brother, for example, he works in the nightclub industry as a bar back. He works the midnight shift, like 8 to 4 or 5 in the morning. And I mean, he's running himself ragged because he barely gets 4 hours of sleep. And yes, I will also admit that if you are into eating a plant-based, plant-strong diet, eating healthily, you will need less sleep. Now, can I live on 2 hours sleep? No. I definitely get maybe 6 to 7 hours a night, sometimes 5 to 7, depends on the night. And that's definitely less than a standard person eating a standard diet, based when I stay over at friends' houses that aren't eating like me. They definitely need more sleep, and I'm up earlier, more aware, and, know what's going on more than them. So, that's just a simple change you can make. So, pretty much to sum this video up, I want you guys to think about the actions that you're doing in your life and how it will affect you and your life in the future. Once again, cause and effect. Maybe using toxic cleaning products or Barbasol shaving cream, it may work now, but what will that, shaving cream, the ingredients in that shaving cream do to you in 5, 10 years, 20 years? I mean, are they carcinogenous? Are they cancerous? I mean, do some research, look up some of the different ingredients and different, household products you use every day, even wiping your butt with toilet paper, and maybe bleach with dioxins, which in my opinion are not good for the environment, but probably not good for us either. In any case, I'm almost at my destination here. Hope you guys enjoyed this episode, and once again, remember about cause and effect, and think about these things before taking actions in your life to be more cautious than rambunctious like I was in my younger years. So I want to leave you guys with another, thought. I really want you guys to think like I was many years ago. I was like potentially at the end of my life in the hospital with the doctors tell me that I might not make it alive. And, that's not a fun place to be, and I had a lot of time to think. And, I want you guys to think about that, if you are at the end of your life, and what if you knew that, we know that smoking could cause cancer. And what if you knew that smoking caused cancer, and that's why you're going to lose your life? Would you change your life then at that point? I mean, most people probably would. But the whole fact of the matter is you can't really go back in time, but you can change what you're doing today. I mean, what if you knew that, using a cell phone can potentially, or may, even if it could, give you brain cancer, and you could lose your life because of that. At the end of your life, if they say, oh, you got a brain tumor, it's because of the cell phone. What if you done something different? What if you talked on the cell phone just that much less? What if you just try to only use it in emergencies? What if you learned at the end of your life that, because of the massive meat consumption and animal products, you have coronary heart disease and, blockages of the arteries. And if you ate less animal products, then that wouldn't happen. What if you learned that you had diabetes and you're losing your life because of diabetes? And you found out that you got diabetes because all the processed foods, heavily processed foods and junk foods that you ate in your life. Would you do something different? I mean, you guys could all make a change today, and do the right thing. I mean, based on my research, eating fresh fruits and fresh vegetables is by far the best things you could do to avoid being in the hospital and avoid getting all these things. Of course, you also want to pay attention to some of the other things you're doing in life, and use non-toxic cleaners, and minimize external environmental factors that may also cause some issues in your life. So anyways, I hope this really encourages you guys to think about what you're doing. I mean, above all else, no matter what you do, eating fresh fruits and vegetables can't be wrong, and that's what I always recommend to you guys, and minimizing everything else you're eating in life. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this episode, my raw thoughts, raw comments. Hey, give me guys a thumbs up if you like this format. Maybe I'll make some more videos like this, just off the cuff. John Kohler, yo. So anyways, once again, this is John Kohler with OKRaw.com. We'll see you next time. And remember, keep eating your fresh fruits and vegetables. They're the best.